So let me give you a bit more context about strength training, strength progress, and how it relates to muscle growth. Now, last week I did a video about the correlation between strength and muscle mass and how this is like the best guarantee that you have that if you get stronger over time, over a long period of time, then this is a sign that you are building muscle, because you cannot really build muscle without getting stronger. If you add contractile tissue, like actual muscle fibers, to your frame, then you will get stronger. And trying to get stronger is what's going to help you add more muscle mass to your frame. But right now, I'd like to give you like a more concrete and tangible perspective on how that progress looked like. So you can look at that video. I'm going to link it here. So go watch it. You can watch it after that one. Doesn't matter. But I want to be fairly accurate in terms of what kind of progress you can expect. And so if you look at the people who are making very, very good progress and end up looking like they lift and have a decent amount of muscle mass and really transform their physique, then you will see the kind of progress for the upper body and the lower body that is possible to achieve within 1 year. And so with the women that we work with at Women's Strength Society, what we tell them is you can add roughly 20 to 25 kilos to your lower body lift in 1 year, and roughly half of that for the upper body. So it's going to be 10 to 12 and a half. And it means that if you look at the pounds, then it's going to be 20 to 25 pounds for the upper body in 1 year. And it's going to be 45, 50 pounds, maybe 55 pounds for the lower body. Now, obviously, there are some people who are built for certain movements and they are going to be able to make faster progress in those movements. But on others, it's going to take longer. So for example, someone who has very long arms, it's going to be a bit more difficult to make progress with bench press, but most likely deadlift is going to come a bit easier for them. And so you'll also have people who are built for a squat, where they'll be able to really progress very fast with that, or have a certain type of hip structure that's going to help them make very fast progress with their hip extension movement. So it can be, the hip thrust or barbell hip extension, could be an RDL, could be 45-degree hip extension, and so forth and so on. But this gives you like a general idea of the speed at which you can expect to progress. And I'm going to show you that on the machine actually, so that you also understand how fast and what it's going to look like if you apply that over 1 year. So I'm going to show you the lat pull down. I'm talking about like big movements, right? You're not going to be able to add 10 or 12 kilos to your lateral raises in 1 year. So this is really like big compound movements, like squat, RDLs, hip extension, leg press. Maybe on the leg press, you are going to be able to add more than that. And for the upper body, it's going to be, like barbell bench press, incline press, overhead press. Overhead press is going to be slower for sure, but barbell bench press, and then, lat pull down or horizontal row. And so, if you look at the stack here, you can see that this is a machine that has like 7 kilo jumps roughly most of the time. And here it's 6, here it's 7, here it's 7 again, here it's 7, here it's 6 again. And so it means that in 1 year, for the same number of reps, you are going to be able to go from 62 to maybe 75, roughly, most likely a bit less. And so let's say you start, and the first, you start to train, and then you manage to do, after 2-3 months, you are going to be able to do, or let's say the very first time you train, you can do 28 kilo. In the first year, you are going to progress a bit faster, so you'll end up the year with 42 kilo. And then another year of training is going to put you at 55. And then another year of training is going to bring to 69. And then another one is going to bring you to 75. And then the stronger you get, the more difficult it is going to keep making the progress at the same rate. So maybe after another year, you'll be at 82 kilo because you managed to do only 7 kilo in between, or, you know, so this is already going to be like 1 year, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So if you are doing lat pull down with 82 kilos as a woman, I can guarantee you that your back is going to look different, that you will have transformed the way your back is looking. You'll definitely be able to do a bunch of unassisted pull-up if you are able to do that. But the point is, it is going to take some time. And this is assuming that in those 4 years that we counted, that you are able to train very consistently without any kind of longer interruption, any kind of injury. Like once or twice a week, you are able to hit that movement and you are actually chasing progress. So it's not that it's enough to show up and then wait for the progress to happen over that period of time. It's not going to happen on its own. It's really something that you're going to chase. And so you are going to try to do that. And also, very important, this kind of progress is going to be much easier to obtain if you are not in a fat loss phase, because if you have more food, then this is, more food coming into your system, then you'll have more energy to push hard in the gym and to recover from your workouts. So if you are just stuck the whole time in like chronic undereating and or trying to lose fat, it's going to slow down your progress by quite a lot. And this is like one of the reasons we use body transformation phases as in cut and building phases. But this is also not a guarantee that they're going to work, and there are a few things that you need to pay attention to. This is what you can learn in that video.